What's up guys, Michael here, coming to you with another video. In this one I'm going to be talking about OnePlus 9 Pro and 3 things that I wish OnePlus improved when developing this phone. 2 of them are actually software related, so there is a chance that OnePlus will improve them in the future. However, one of them is hardware related. Let's get started. Before we begin this video guys, I have a small favor, and it's just to subscribe to the channel. I've noticed that there's a lot of viewers who aren't subscribed to the channel yet, and this really helps a lot to grow the channel. It allows me to have more views and possibly make more reviews of this kind. So thank you very much for your support. Now, quick disclaimer before we get started is that I don't hate on OnePlus. I genuinely believe that they have great products. It's just things that I wish that flagship model should have, and I'd like to share it with you. Now, the first thing that I'd like to focus on is possibly the hardware issue that is most annoying to me personally. And it's basically that there's no SD card on the phone. So you're only left with the internal memory storage. OnePlus 9 Pro comes with 2 types of storages, so it's either 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes, and that's it. There's no more. Now, the first thing I'd like to address is the hardware issue that is probably most annoying for me personally, and the fact that there's no slot for SD cards. This is quite annoying for people like myself who do a lot of photography and videography, and we want to have a lot of material or a lot of footage on the phone. What's also annoying here is that OnePlus 9 Pro comes with relatively high resolutions and huge frame rates available for video footage, yet again the storage is quite constraining in this regard. OnePlus 9 Pro comes with 2 models. It's either 128 or 256 gigabytes. That's it. There's no any extra storage that you can add to this phone, so you're stuck with wherever you purchase initially. Now, to give you some perspective on how much footage weighs, I have performed some tests and can tell you that 1 minute of 8K resolution at 30 frames per second weighs around 1 gigabyte. Also, 1 minute on 4K at 30 frames per second weighs around 345 megabytes. 1 minute of 4K at 60 frames per second, that's 670 megabytes. And 1 minute of 4K at 120 frames per second is more than 1 gigabyte, around 1.2 gigabytes. Now, this all depends on the footage, the location, the ambient lighting, and so on. Looking at those numbers, I can tell you that within 1 hour up to maybe 1.5 hours of footage, I will be having some storage issues. And that's a big problem for me, as I love to keep the storage on the phone. Now, I have to resolve it by adding some cloud storage or hooking up to some cloud services. However, that will add to the cost of the cloud service, also increase the battery draining times. So this is a huge problem, and I would definitely consider it again when purchasing this phone. Now, the second thing that I'd like OnePlus to improve is the recording of camera videos. And specifically, there is a certain feature that I really need, and it would be super awesome to have it working. Now, what do I have in mind? It's basically while recording a video that you can switch from front to back camera. So for example, if I start recording right now, there is no way for me to switch to the front facing camera while recording. And this is a problem. To give you an example of what I mean, I have an old Samsung S10 here, and again, it works with pretty much all Samsung these days. If I start recording, I have the option of switching back to the front camera. I can press on that, and within a second you will see the front camera. Switch back again, and I'm still recording. This is quite important feature for me, and I'm missing that on OnePlus 9 Pro. Now, this could be potentially fixed with a software, but of course OnePlus would need to acknowledge this and make such a change. which I'm not sure it's gonna happen in the future. The last thing that I'd like to address is a feature, again, that is software related, and it's kind of coming from my wife, who's using a lot of the portrait and selfie modes. When using selfie and portrait mode, she's noticed that there's a lot of limitations in terms of beautifying effects. To give you an example, currently I'm in the portrait mode for a front camera, and I can either switch on or off beautify effect. If I turn it to the front facing camera, it just gives me 3 options in terms of beautifying effect, and it doesn't actually allow me for a lot of customization or modifications of the beautify effect. And to give you an example, let me show you how that works in Samsung. So again, I have my old Samsung S10, and if I go to the photo section, I have the beautify effect, which I can switch on. We go to the beautify effects, and you can see how many different effects I can customize and change in strength. So we have smoothness, we have tone, we have jawline, chin, eyes, nose, lips, everything can be changed, and you can either switch off or on the whole beautify effect. This is something that OnePlus is currently missing, and I'm hoping, or my wife is hoping, that this will improve in the future with some software updates. Now that's it for this video, guys. Again, I'm not bashing about OnePlus. It's a really amazing device, and I'm super happy and excited about it. I will also release another video when I talk about best features and features that I really enjoy on that phone. However, these are the 3 things that annoy me the most in this phone. 2 of them can be definitely improved. 1 of them, we're stuck with it. So now, question to you guys. Let me know in the comments what features you'd prefer and what features you'd like to see in OnePlus 9 Pro, or what features that you're currently using and enjoying in OnePlus 9 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video if you've enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see of OnePlus 9 Pro. I will see you in the next one. Take care.